Amazing. A booby trap that actually catches boobies.
I love the Transformers series. Take away all the lore, comics, shows, and movies. Down and dirty, I love the concept of a car turning into a robot only to beat the shit out of another car robot. That's all I need. The Transformers series is actually a commercial series for dumb, stupid babies. Fuck yeah, I love capitalism! But seeing that the series is over 40 years old, and mainly focuses on selling toys, Hasbro has had a lot, and I mean a lot of time, to come up with some interesting designs. How's it going? My name's Brainfolds, and I'm going to be talking about some of the absolute weirdest Transformers toys I've ever seen. What are you doing?
I'm building my blockies.
I'm doing something.
I just started my first pack.
Well, how many are there?
About 9.
Jesus, you just can't do this later?
Don't get mad at me because yours didn't come in yet.
Which is bullshit, because I ordered them first and on the same day. You know what? I'm not getting into it. I'm just gonna do my thing. Just please keep it down. You bastard. Let's start things off simple with the crossover figures. Crossovers are nothing new, especially when it comes to toys. You got your Lego Minecraft, your Marvel Bakugan, but Transformers just hits a bit different. I mean, someone had to go out of their way to turn Loki into a 2005 sedan. Ones I distinctly remember are the Star Wars Transformers figures. And not gonna lie, the Darth Vader, Stormtrooper, and General Grievous figures go kinda hard, especially because they already had that robot aesthetic to their base design. As a kid, I would look at these and think, where's my life going? And that these were pretty sick. There's a plane going by that's very annoying. Land or crash, one of the two. But then you get characters like Obi-Wan or Mace Windu and Jesus Christ, not that one though. Like, I get they're trying to make clear that you're not just getting the Millennium Falcon, right? Chewbacca and Han do have a face-sitting aspect to their friendship. That's them. That's the character you're buying. I'm just not a fan of these semi-organic attempts to make title characters, but as you can see, they can range from nightmare to character heads slapped on a Transformer's body. This particular line started back in 2005 and was called Star Wars Transformers. But then it was later rebranded in 2008 as Transformers Crossover because Hasbro had just acquired the rights to feature Marvel characters like Iron Man, Spider-Man, or Venom. But by late 2011, the Marvel side of this line had been phased out and was just renamed Star Wars Transformers. Again. And then the line was officially ended in 2012. They did come back with a Mandalorian figure featuring his brand new ship, not the Razor Crest, and one with Grogu. At least I think with Grogu. I'd have to double check on that one. I think some of their best and definitely more creative work comes from when they try to make new characters from different franchises, like Gigawatt from Back to the Future, Tyrannicon Rex, and Autobot JP93 from Jurassic Park. Awesome names, by the way. Definitely ones to remember. Ectotron from Ghostbusters, which definitely got a lot more traction. Or Party Wagon from TMNT. Though they still go back and make some regular crossover figures, like more recently, they had just announced a Sonic collab, which, wow, was Synergy, am I right? Go watch it. Go. And we also get some low effort stuff like the Godzilla reveal, which I honestly don't know what I was expecting, except for effort. Up next, we have a line I like to refer to as the Miscellaneous Transformers. Okay, now they all can't be cars, alright? Not everyone's gonna get the Camaro treatment. Some of you are flash drive. Some of the Autobots and Decepticons, they read the Robots in Disguise tagline. They did. They did not understand the meaning of functionality, though. Now, I know figures like this have existed, like Soundwave being a cassette player or Perceptor being a microscope, but the series, for the most part, have moved past this, at least with the bigger name characters. So we still got some small boys occupying this little niche. Soundwave got a taste of the 2010s when Hasbro hit him with the iPad form. You can also get his two sons as little clip-on earphones so they don't transform, but I figured they're worth a mention. There were also Real Girl Transformers. There was also the Real Gear Transformers lines, which were, there were Transformers that were based off common electronics like Game Boys, cameras, or video recorders. Now this line, it's a bit humbling, because you could complain about being able to turn only into a Zamboni, all you like, but you could have easily gotten the Nokia treatment. You don't want that. I do think one of the hardest hitting designs would have to be the Coca-Cola Transformer. Like, the actual balls of the designer must have been ironclad when pitching this design. On the flip side, one of the hardest to sell designs would have to be Magnum 44, otherwise known as the regular fucking gun that just so happens to be a Transformer. And there was a line of them. They were the Robo-Guns, part of Takar's Microchange series, which in itself was part of the Diaclone series, which would later become Transformers. And my god, this looks like the gun that belongs in a stepdad's nightstand, right next to the bottle of unprescribed pain meds, and a black and white photo of his mother. Like, I know there are gonna be some people who are gonna get all uppity to my reaction because, Megatron turned into a gun. But like, with all the attachments and him clearly shooting lasers in the cartoon, like, you can kind of tilt your head and squint and see a laser gun, and it's a touch more justifiable, actually infinitely more justifiable with Shockwave, because he was just a space gun. But it's just the fact that it looks like a regular-ass gun that boggles me. No orange cap, it's just, my god. Also, the robot mode has guns. Like, what? Why? That's just a hat on a hat. What are you doing now?
Building the model kit.
Where's my stuff?
I don't know.
Well, can you check?
I just got back an hour ago.
Okay, alright, just moving
Sorry
on.
about it, bitch.
Next, we have Transformers that don't transform. Ooh, heresy. It's definitely weird to have a line, called Transformers and just have ones that just they don't do the thing. What's the point of the title? The Action Masters was Hasbro's first attempt in making Transformers into your traditional action figures in the same vein of G.I. Joe. Now, there is actually a canonical reason they can't transform. Certain Transformers will use a new fuel source called Nucleon. That makes them harder, better,
faster, stronger.
However, in exchange for this new might, they would lose their ability to transform, as their internal systems would be altered into energy storage reactors, which sounds horrifying, almost painful, but I'm not them, so here we go. Just casually get your guts rearranged. Oh, that sounds bad. But there still would be some transforming aspects, like now they have pets that transform into guns, and now they can drive cars, which, what the fuck does Optimus know about driving? Does he have a license? And these cars could actually turn into slightly different kind of cars, like a jet, but like, they could just do that before. Okay. You also have the Super Collection figures that look like they'd fall apart if you breathed on them wrong. Robot replicas were the Betaverse Transformers, that, again, we're trying to replicate a more traditional Transformers figure, but they were one of those toys that were sort of in a fixed position, so you couldn't really do much with them. The RPM line were just vehicles that you could flip, and yeah. But more interestingly was the Transformers Red line. Now this was Hasbro's attempt to further capitalize on success from their other lines like Star Wars Black or Marvel Legends series. The Transformers Red line were 6-inch figures that primarily focused on making figures that were as show accurate as possible, which was pretty rare for actually transforming figures due to the general mechanics of certain characters. And they did kind of slap with the release of both Transformers Prime figures with Optimus and Megatron, and, your classic G1 suspects like Optimus and Megatron. I mean, those are the main two, right? They also got Knockout, which that's a good knockout. There you go. However, this line was eventually canceled due to its release coinciding with that of the Siege trilogy, which depicted show-accurate G1 Transformer-style figures that, could actually transform. So they kind of dug their own graves with that one. And more recently, we got the Blockies line. Though these are actually getting a lot more love than others, mainly because you actually had to go out and build the little characters, and it wasn't, tortured to do. And by the end of it, you would actually end up with a pretty solid, fun, and posable figure. Of course, I wouldn't know, because I didn't get mine! But let's talk about the GOAT. Okay, we all got our favorite Transformers characters, alright? There's plenty of them to go around. You got Wheeljack in the back, he's building more of them just as a thing to do. But we all know, there's the one guy. There's Optimus Prime, the leader of the Autobots, the face of the franchise. The one character that has the most figures solely dedicated to him. And he's definitely spawned a plethora of weirdies out there. I mean, so many that it's got its own dedicated segment in the video. I mean, the amount of these figures is just staggering. Oh, you don't like Truck Optimus Prime? Or what about Alligator Prime, or T-Rex Prime, or Optimus Prime but Pepsi? Or what about currently dying Optimus Prime that transforms? You also have ones like the Nike sports label Optimus Prime that turns into a shoe. There is the Optimus Prime that turns into a hat, or Captainus Prime, as he prefers.
Autobots, no cap.
Well, actually full cap, if I'm being honest.
Autobots, they stole my brim.
There's also Optimus Prime iPod speaker, Optimus Prime who's a PS1, Optimus Prime, who turns into an actual functioning power bank. Like, yeah, that's... Why make that? Optimus Prime, who got the Nokia treatment, it all comes around. There's even an Optimus Prime that turns into probably the shittiest pen you've ever seen. Like, he still transforms, and he's, like, fully posable, but this doesn't look like a good time. And there's a transforming gift card that's also Optimus Prime, and what the fuck? I mean, like, when you're done with him, are you just supposed to throw him away? Like what? And of course, like every Transformers figure, Prime would not be safe from getting a recolored version of himself in the form of the famous, or I guess infamous, Nemesis Prime, and I swear to God, he's a different character! There's also Toxitron, who should definitely stay off Twitter.
Hey, something came in.
Ooh! Where's the rest?
Dude, I don't know. Like, I'm the messenger. That's it.
Thank you all so much for watching. There are way more weird Transformers figures out there, like I didn't even mention the Lego sets. But if this video does well, then I'll go back and make a part 2. But in the meantime, what other weird figures do you think I missed out on? Let me know in the comments below, and maybe think about liking the video, maybe think about subscribing. If you enjoy this particular brand of brain rot. I got the shiny Grimlock. He got smart at one point. He had a fish. He made some other Transformers. I don't remember what they're called. I know they make Computron, something like that. It's really fun to make. He's got a little hat.